Okay, something special today. We have a kit here. This kit was sent to me by the ELEGOO company, E-L-E-G-O-O. You might be familiar with ELEGOO. They build resin-based 3D printers. They also have a couple kits online, and they were kind enough to send me one. And this one is the Penguin Bot 2. And he's pretty cute. So the Penguin Bot 2, it says it's Penguin Bot 2.0 is a smart robotic toy designed for 6 to 12-year-olds. It's fun, interesting, educational, and has multiple functions. So this might be a great thing to do since everybody's kind of locked away these days, and robotics is kind of a cool thing at schools now. This might be a good introduction to robotics. So yeah, let's take a look at it. Let's zoom back out here. Okay, so in the box, we have some little paper. These are kind of like costumes. You put these over the robot so your robot can have different looks. So we can try some of those. Oh, there's an angry one. And yeah, so these are fun. So the kids will have a great time customizing their robots. I guess you could make your own too and put it on the robot. Okay, let's put that over here. Comes with an instruction booklet. Ooh, quite lengthy. Okay, and a USB to micro USB. Looks like some pads. Let's see what's in here. Here's the battery. I don't know how many amperes this is. Let's see. This looks like the main board. So let's go ahead and open this up. Trash cans underneath here. So it's Arduino based. Let's see what Arduino they use. Looks like they're using a Nano. Ooh, it looks like an interesting board. Oh, there's a SD card in it for extra memory. That's interesting. And a little Nano, and there's things underneath the Nano. Maybe we can pop the Nano. I don't want to do it. There's stuff underneath there. There's probably a schematic, but it looks like there's maybe an op amp and stuff under there. Maybe they're motor drivers or something. And then there looks like there's a little either a Bluetooth or a Wi-Fi board here. So that looks like there's a connectivity to it. And then there's these two, they're kind of protected by foam here in the packaging, but there's these two little sensors, and they are emitter detectors, and so they will be sensing like collision avoidance or something like that. So there's an on-off switch. Yeah, it looks very, very professional. Very, very nice. Penguin PCB version 2.3, so this is the third revision. Looks like it take about 3 revisions. That's quite complicated. Let's see here. There's another box. We'll wait for that. There's some assembly tool. There's a screwdriver, a cable, some hardware. We have two speakers. Looks like a speaker. Yeah, it looks like 2 speakers. That's interesting. Stereo. And then the way that it works is it uses solenoids. Okay. So like if you have a model aircraft or helicopter and stuff, these are just normal little small servos, high-tech servos. It's a good brand. So you get 4 of those. So it has articulated legs. So there's two joints on each leg, and hardware for that. And then another collision avoidance and its eyes is a ultrasonic sensor in the front. So, yeah. Oh, we didn't look at this box. And what's in the blue box? And why do they need a separate box for that? It's just all the case parts. So lots of case parts. These are all injected molded. Yeah. Wow. Very professional. It's a very professional little kit. I don't know how much it costs because I didn't buy it, but I'll put a link down below where you can get one of these if you're interested, and maybe you have kids that might be interested in things like this. Get them interested in what do they call it, STEM these days, the technology. Yeah, it's got a little happy face and the little ultrasonic sensor will poke in and out of there. So looks pretty nice. All right, let's get out the book and see where to begin. Let's see. You can read along. You read silently while I read aloud. All right. Thank you for purchasing. If you have any questions, blah, 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 blah. Let's see, I don't think you can read the whole thing here. Let me zoom out just a bit. Maybe just a bit more. There we go. Well, let me look at, let's do one page at a time. I think it'll look nicer on camera. Parts list of everything that you should have. Assemble the legs. Okay, so I guess it starts right in with assemble the legs. And pretty clear instructions. It says take number 1 and 2 from bag number 1. So I just rip everything open, but take 2 solenoids out and attach them to some feet. So yeah, let's do that. All right, we have a, let's see here, zoom out. We have a left foot and a right foot. So are these marked? Number 4, I think, no, these are different castings. So you have to get these right. They are not symmetric, so they are symmetric, but they're not identical, I guess I should say. So there's a left and a right, and this one goes like that, and this one goes like that. And we'll put in a couple screws. No, not screws. We'll put in nuts and bolts. Okay, where's our nuts and bolts? Here we go. A package of nuts and bolts. So instead of fighting with these little nuts, I like to attach them to a hemostat and put the nut on the end of the hemostat, and then you're not going to lose control over it. And it makes life more enjoyable. Whoops. Now this is where I need 3 hands again. So I don't remember being ages 6 through 12. I'm not sure at what age you can manage tiny little parts like this, if you have the patience for it. Certainly they would all enjoy it once Dad puts it together. Maybe it's maybe it's that kind of project where Dad has the most fun and tricks Kid into thinking he's doing science. You never know. All right, we have completed our step. So what do we do next? Next, we get some other leg components here. Whoops. And looks like we have some little plastic. Okay, our next item here is to put the microprocessor on the base plate. So here's our base plate. And here's our microprocessor. And it goes on like this, and the way that you tell the right side is there's writing, so it says on and off, so that needs to be on the outside so you can read that once it gets together. And then there are 2 servos. So So the servos go on first. Okay. So the servos drop in like this. And then the board will go on top. Ah, that's why there's these cutouts on the board. Pay attention to the back side. The on-off are on the back. Yeah, so on-off. Oops. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. Good thing I read the instructions. There we go. On-off is on the back. And it's all sandwiched together. So do bicycles come in boxes and Dad has to put it together anymore? I don't think so. I think Dad goes to the store and buys it these days. Seems like my generation, Dad always had to put the bicycle together. Maybe bought it at Sears in a box. Bought everything at Sears. Seems like that was the only store around. Okay, so now it says that we need some copper standoffs, which we have. And we will be putting those here. Let's see. CD backside. How's our backside look? Backside looks correct. And we can go to the next page. All right. Connect the legs with the servos. Okay. So these and these go together. I guess they go like this. Let's see, which is the front? Wiring of 4 servos are as shown in the picture. Okay, so this guy goes here. We'll go crunch this one, put it back together. Okay. So we need to attach these, and we attach those by, all right, I was interrupted there, but so we're putting these, I decided it's easier to put these legs on and then attach the, there's a little screw that goes there, then attach these. It gives you some more room in there. So that's the way I did it. So now we can put this back together. And then the little servos attached with little screws. There we go. And then it says the wires go through the hole here. So these wires come up, I think they come up through here, and then they attach to here. So the foot servo goes here, and the leg servo goes here. I think that's the way it's wired. So, kids might be really interested in robotics since the rover's up on Mars now. That's pretty exciting, huh? Have you been watching that? I'm always excited about Mars rovers. I just think that's the coolest thing. Forget sending people up there. That's just silly. But putting robots up there, that makes a lot more sense. And they got a lot of cameras. They got a lot of cool footage. So cameras are so cheap these days. I just put them everywhere. Okay, I think that's pretty good. We might do some cable dressing later, but I think we want to get it functional first. So I think that looks pretty good. Now it says we're going to be doing some of speakers. There's 2 speakers, so it's interesting. I wonder if it really does stereo sound or not. So it comes with these 2 speakers. Pretty powerful little magnets on these speakers. It's always a good sign. That's what you want to have on a speaker. 8 ohms, quarter watt. All right, so it says, there's a picture here that shows you how to assemble this. And it says one of these should go like this. Okay, let's see here. Self-tapping screw. Oh, I know where it goes. We haven't pulled this thing out yet. It's our ultrasonic sensor. That's where it goes. I've used these before. I think I have a video on me using one of these. They're very cool. Really, really cheap. They're like $1.50 or something. All right, so it's for our ultrasonic sensor. Very nice. And the wires are good quality. You know, a lot of kits these days, the wires are just like, you breathe on them and they seem like they're going to break, but these seem to be pretty robust. So that's good. And there we go. Look at that. Don't look like a robot. All right. So, oh, it's got little clips. So he snaps in. And, oh, wait a minute. I got it wrong. I got it wrong. That's just my, oh, and they made it as a nose. Oh, so this is really, really clever. You've got to see this. This is super clever. So it's a little happy face, and that crystal that pokes out actually goes through this piece of plastic, and it makes the nose. That's very clever. Very, very clever. Hats off to the mechanical engineer. Yeah, there's our happy face and our crystal nose. Very, very nice. Okay, so now this goes on top here. Oh, see, I'm getting exciting. I'm starting to go too fast. There we go. I wonder if they have the microprocessor pre-programmed, or if you have to program it yourself. I'm hoping they have it pre-programmed, because that would be instant gratification, and then if you wanted to modify it, you could do so at a later time. That's probably what they did. All right, so that looks good. All right, let's check the book out for the next step. Okay, I already did the next step, the ultrasonic thing. I should have turned the page. I would have figured it out. Okay, so now we do the battery. The battery goes someplace. It still came in handy and worked. All right, so this goes, make sure the switch is in the off position before I connect the battery. Okay, so it starts to run away. So I guess he needs traction. So there's some little silicone feet. So all right, here's one of them. You get one chance at this, so I'll make it count. Yeah, now he's got gription. Is that a word? Gription? I don't think so. Anyway, he grips. All right. Put the penguin bot upside down and put the two legs on the side. Turn the controller. I would jump the gun a little bit here, but let's turn him on and see what happens. There we go. So yeah, so oh, he's doing stuff. Okay. So I was too soon to put these little screws in, so my fault. I should have followed the instructions. The instructions are right. The instructions are right. That looks good. I think they're both straight now. All right, so we'll lock these down. All right, so this is the fiddly bit. We need to put these little screws in, and hopefully he'll be calibrated. Okay, let's turn it on. Okay, he looks straight. With control and programming. Control the Penguin bot with the Bluetooth app. Install the application. Oh, Bluetooth app. Okay, so now that he's running, I guess we can. There's instructions here on how to go to the Apple Store or the Google Play and get their app. We were doing all that calibration. I didn't notice that it actually was actually dancing. So Let's turn it back on. Cute. Okay. So in our ELEGOO app, we need to pick which one we've got here. It says Smart Robot Car, Smart Robot Mini Car. They have different kits. Tumbler, Penguin Bot. There's a bunch of buttons. So let's just push a button. Let's do that one. Okay, I'm going to stop the video here. There's obviously a whole bunch of stuff you can do with this thing. You can move it with joysticks and stuff and move around, and it's got built-in things like this. So very, very cute. Maybe I'll do a follow-up video sometime on all the other features and stuff, but I'm sure this is enough to make your decision whether you want one of these things or not. So let me give you my synopsis. It is a bit fiddly to put together. I think a smaller child will have problems with it, but an older child will enjoy putting it together. It's all just screws and snaps, and the instructions are very, very good. I didn't follow the instructions, so I got into trouble. But if you follow the instructions, looks pretty good. I didn't put the little faces on it. I would rather have it this way, rather have it look like a robot. But it's very high quality, and they obviously spent a lot of time on this. I mean, the hardware, the software, the mechanics, they spent a lot of time designing this thing. So, yeah, it is pretty cool. It's a little LED on the bottom there, so you know it's going. Yeah, definitely highly recommended. My thanks go out to ELEGOO for sending that to the channel, and like I said, I'll put the links below in case you want to buy one of these things. And yeah, that's been fun.